Some things in Britain feel completely normal until a foreigner sees them for the first time, and suddenly they stop and think, wait, what? Sometimes even shocked. And the funny thing is, most Brits don't even notice these things anymore. Stay with me to the end, because the last one is there's a thing foreigners say they never fully get used to. If you spend some time in Britain, you start noticing small everyday habits. Not dramatic, just little things people do. But for foreigners arriving here, some of these things are genuinely surprising, sometimes confusing, sometimes funny, sometimes just unexpected. So here are some things about Britain that regularly shock people from abroad. Number 1. Brits say sorry a lot. One thing foreigners notice almost immediately: Brits say sorry a lot. And I mean a lot. Not just when they've done something wrong. Sometimes even when you bump into them. It's not really about blame. It's just the British way of keeping things smooth. Number 2. Talking about the weather. Brits can talk about the weather for ages. Too hot. Conversation. Too cold. Conversation. Raining again. Definitely conversation. It's the safest topic for small talk. Number 3. Queuing is serious business. Another thing that surprises foreigners. Brits take queues very seriously. Everyone waits their turn. And cutting the queue feels almost like breaking a social rule. But things get even stranger when you listen to everyday conversations. Number 4. You all right? Isn't a real question. Someone looks at you and says, "You all right?" Foreigners often think it's a serious question, but most of the time it simply means hello. Number 5. Tea is the solution to everything. In Britain, tea appears in almost every situation. Good news. Tea. Bad news. Tea. Visitors arrive. Definitely tea. It's not just a drink. It's a social ritual. Number 6. Complaining politely. Brits do complain sometimes, but usually in a very indirect way. Instead of saying, "This is terrible," you might hear something like, "It's not ideal." The message is clear, but still very polite. Number 7. Personal questions feel awkward. Another thing foreigners notice. Brits don't usually ask about salary or money in general. Those questions can feel a bit uncomfortable. It's less about secrecy and more about privacy. But it's not just how people behave. Even everyday things in Britain can feel a bit different. And here are some examples. Number 8. DIY culture. Another surprise for newcomers. People often fix things themselves. Fixing shelves, fences, or any other small repairs. Sometimes to save money, but often just because they can. Number 9. Separate hot and cold taps. In some British homes, sinks still have to completely separate taps, one for hot water and one for cold. Number 10. Plug sockets with switches. British plug sockets usually have their own little switch, which means you can turn the socket completely off. Number 11. Electric kettles everywhere. In many British homes, the kettle might actually be the most used appliance in the kitchen. Number 12. No air conditioning. Many homes in Britain don't have air conditioning, even in summer. Number 13. Electric shower. Many homes in Britain use what's called an electric shower. It heats the water instantly as it flows, which means the pressure and temperature can feel very different from what foreigners expect. And finally, something that surprises many foreigners the first time they see it. Number 14. Bin Collection Day. In Britain, you don't just take your bins out anytime. There's a specific collection day for each type of waste. And if you miss it, you might be waiting another week. None of these things seem dramatic on their own. But together, they reveal something interesting. Life in Britain often runs on small details you don't notice until you live here. I'm curious to know, what surprised you most about Britain? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed noticing the quiet details of life in Britain, you might enjoy the next video too. If you found this useful, you can subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.